Everybody, welcome back to Magika, episode 18, where I have been having a devil of a time recording over the last few days. So last episode we built this. This is our storage system. It's pretty awesome. It's got a lot of spare slots of inventory, and it's very easy to add more inventory. We just keep on piling boxes and chests into the stacks of stuff, and I can always bring out more around here. We could bring some here, and they're just lots of space. And we could even come down this wall, because obviously at some point these are going to all move as well. So important things all around. However, I recorded an episode of Ahh Magika, episode 18, the same episode as the number we're recording, and I created myself a new spell. I have a projectile light spell now, and that was really about it in the form of interesting content. I did a little bit of work up in the cave over there, and it was on watching the content back, for want of a better word, it was dull. They really didn't manage to achieve anything. So I decided to delete that episode and just scrapped that content. Obviously can't easily go back, and I certainly wouldn't want to, because there was quite a lot of research work done, including but not limited to finding that elusive desert. Well, it's a very strange desert. It's kind of spread out all over the shop. I don't know what the hell it thinks it's doing, but anyway, looking and finding an elusive desert area, and then there's more stuff going on over down here. So I've got a warp stone, a waystone over there, and we can zoom down and everything's all good and wonderful and awesome. Sand is no longer a problem. So the other night I decided, alright, well, what I'll do is I'll record some My Time at Sandrock. Just, while I get over my mental block about what I want to do in this episode. And I did record a full episode and went and checked it, and I bloody muted my microphone for some reason, and didn't work. Anyway, in the abortive episode, one thing I did do is I blocked off this cave here, and I did build up this into a nice lake. I need to fix that, but that's this lot down here is largely another story. So I've got a nice little lake, and it has got lighting underneath it, and you can see them when you come underneath. And because I've got the breathing, I also have got an emergency exit, and I do need to backfill some areas of this as well, so that's fine. Now, between episodes, while I've been deciding what to do, I have done a couple of other things over here. So I've started mossing up this a little bit, and I haven't quite decided what the best technique to do here is, but this is starting to look a little bit more green, and then we'll take this. Still need to work on this thing here, and I put in a little pier for this guy to fish off and set him in place using this. This is giving him his instructions where to fish, what to do. Block a position when set with smooth basalt. He's actually not now, it's water, and he can fish to his heart content. We made the magic broom, which when you pair it with a chest, it goes around and it basically picks stuff up. Now, the reason this fence is so high, and I've got a fix for this, is if I push him, he goes on top of the fence. Now, what I want to try and do is, if I can even do this, is just see what happens. Right, so right now, that's just dirt, obviously, but what happens if I push you onto there now? You cannot get up there. That's brilliant, okay. So what I'm wondering about is, could I actually put like a layer of just a thin layer of glass, not even a whole piece of glass, just maybe just a few strips of glass over the top of him with chisels and bits. It might work. We'll come back to that anyway. I want to over here build, because this side here I want to also make into a lake. That will have to move, that's temporary, but that's a little river lip section. So I want to completely landscape this area. Now over here I have put in a chicken. Said chicken is laying eggs, but he's not doing much else, and that's fine. I'll go and catch another one. We can breed them and do all of that stuff. And I don't know at this stage whether you can even get what's the word I'm looking for? A spell like the one we had before, where the you breed the animals up. Because if I can't, then some of my plans will need to change. This corridor is going to come out here. I'm going to build a structure that comes out into the cave here, and then it's also going to have a stairwell that goes up either side to bring you up to this position here, which is currently reached by these, and I'm going to do something similar with the other side. I'm laying the plans down. So yeah, lots of things going on, and it's just been one of those things where one thing after another has just not quite worked. So one of the elephants in the room, if you for want of a better phrase for it, has been making this spell more powerful. It has definitely been an elephant in the room, and the magnitude, so if I click on that, this element here, that I do not have the magnitude modifier, and you will not get that until tier 3. That has been confirmed by Thomas in the comments, so thank you for that. I kind of was guessing it was, because I've not got it at tier 2, and tier 3 is behind all of these things, of which I've done 3 things. I've reached level 30. So we do need 2 things. Raise your road progress using a study desk. Oh, I've not come across the word study desk before. What's a study desk? And this is where I start getting distracted by all things as well. Study desk. Oh wow, that's actually... I need to make a spell book anyway, because even though I've made a spell book, I need one to advance. So a spell book is simple enough. That's leather, paper and string. Let's get you done straight off. Leather. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. Paper. Well, let's go for sugarcane then. 1, 2, 3. And string. 1, 2, 3, I think it was. I can't remember the exact. Let's have a look what was involved in that. It's actually 2 paper, 3 string and 4 leather. Yeah, okay, let me go and get my crafting bench up and make the paper. Because this will actually satisfy the other requirement we have, which is make a spell book. So there you go, 1 spell book. So we've got you. What else do I need? I need 3 vellum. I've got loads of vellum. Vellum is in here. 1, 2, 3. And 2 books, a basic table, which is 2 silver and wood. So let me go and get you going. Silver. 2 planks. 1, 2, 3. 2 books. I think I can handle that from stock. 1, 2. So, and a candle. I might as well go with the black one. Actually, go with that one of them. We go. And then the last thing we need is an animated quill, which is silver, feather, and animus. Oops. Silver, feather, and animus. Lovely. So we can get you going like so. We can then jump in here and make that. And that is a manor weaving with a couple with a bottom right fish and a bottom left fish. My highly advanced method of naming these things. Bottom right, bottom left fish. 2 of them. 1 of those. 3 of those. That is definitely. Yeah, that's definitely the one. So in you go, and then we are going to go bottom right, then bottom left. Okay. And bottom left. My drawing with it is terrible, but at least the magic is forgiving. So that gives us a study desk. Hang on, just... It joins up more. Oh, look at that. That is amazing. What have we got going on here then? So if I go... What was it saying? I need to raise your rope progress using a study desk and a torn journal page or thesis. Torn. What have I got? I've got 3 of those for Nethergate. So let's see what happens if I do... Well, how does this work then? Bing. Cool. Did it actually use? It does use experience. Okay, but that's fine. I've got 39. And I don't know what Nethergate actually does for me, but that's fine. So that's interesting. I can do stuff with that. Okay. We are learning. Rune forge a rune. Rune scribe a rune pattern. I've not looked at the rune stuff at all. Rune smithing. So, blank plane rune forge. A rune forge is a magical furnace that runs on ambient magic. It requires Okay. It will accept up to 16 items at a time, but total time is multiplied by the number of items. It has a few of its own, but will also do campfire recipes in half the time, furnace recipes in twice the time, and blast furnace, but it's free, so yeah, there's, things. Anyway, where are we? What did it want me to do? Rune forge a rune. Rune forge a rune. Okay. Rune scribing, unfired rune plate, rune scribing table. I appear to have some of these. I think that is a unfired rune. Okay, that makes a rune pattern. In the okay. Rune scribing a recipe, a rune pattern. Sorry, I'm learning here. Okay, and then water, rod, defense, mundane. Well, let's try that one. So these are all starting to have some usage, and presumably you can just put them in there, and that requires tier 3. Of course it does. I also need to make these, and I'm not sure what goes in there, so we need to work out what's happening on that one. Rune scribing is in a rune scribing table. Okay. And then we need a runesmith's hammer, which is Vintium ingots and a... So I need 4 Vintium ingots. Can't remember how you make that. I think it is... because I haven't used those at all yet. Vintium ingot. use Vintium coated iron, which is iron and Vintium. Okay. So I need 4, so I need 1, 2, 3, 4, and Vintium. I do need to go and get more Vintium because I am starting to, well, I've got 67, so I can't smelt that, but I am running a little bit on the low side now. And I actually probably do need to go, actually, oh, I'm probably too late now. I'll put it in. I've wasted the coal. We'll stick that and bring you back up to 8. You can go back up to 8. You can go back up to 8. You're okay. You can do your thing. Okay, that's cooking. So, one other thing, I'm going to continue reading up on this rune smithing, and I shall be back in a second. Okay, so first thing we've got is our hammer and our chisel, and they go in there, and then so we're actually going to have to chisel that pattern out. Now I'm not doing that mundane bracelet because it's a tier 3 and I can't do bracelets anyway, but it looks like if I go in here and go and get my runes, I should be able to go and get 1 rod, amulet, air, earth, arcane, belt buckle, hips, so obviously for a construct, Vintium needle, rod, head, and torso. So we should be able to put you away. These are spare. So all of these things we keep finding are actually a thing. So rune pattern air, I don't know why I would want that. So let me take you out for a second. A mundane amulet is tier 2. So presumably you've got 1, 2, so we're going to go there and there. There. I'm going to guess that I think that's going to be the same. Then you're going to go up there. You're going to come across there. You're going to have 2. You're going to come up 1. There. And then inside that, and that gives us our mundane amulet. Now, what do I do with that? I need a runic anvil, which requires a few bits and pieces, and a hammer, which I may want to actually get mending or something on those if I can. Can I? I can get mending on them. Okay, that's interesting to know. Did I get anything out of that one? Rune scribe a rune pattern, rune forge a rune. I mean, it doesn't matter. Make a charcoal print of a scribed rune at the runic anvil. It's interesting. No idea what half of some of these are. Craft an unfired rune plate. Okay, that's probably fairly easy, but what we need is this runic anvil then, don't we? Okay. So that requires an anvil, 2 chimera, right, an anvil. Okay, an anvil would require 1, 2, 3. Why did that not go in there? I think there might be an issue with these compacting drawers then. Which is interesting. Again, that's a mod interoperability thing. It might just not play nicely. And 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's fine. That always gets itself sorted out. Maybe if I don't take them all out, it will keep them. Yeah, maybe that's it. Right, let's get a anvil crafted. Boop. 2 silver, 2 chimerite, 3 vintium. 2 chimerite, 2 silver, 3 vintium, and some kind of log. That one will do me. And we can go. Can't remember how it went now. Like that silver at the bottom. Chimerite, that, and one of those. That gives me you, which is another choice for the. Oh wow! Look at that. So what do we do? Let me have a look. We use you. I need a superheated vintium. So do I place you on it? I do. And then I need superheated vintium. Hang on. Vintium. So I need a vintium ingot, which is then going to be superheated. So a vintium ingot was one of those again. See, this is what I mean. I'm going to need to get a lot of resource and a lot of stuff, basically. But that is easy enough. We can do you, and I think you will cook on there. You will, lovely. Then I need a hammer, which I can borrow that one. Give that a second to cook. And then we're going to basically beat that into that rune and make a rune. I have no idea what I'm doing with the rune. I am just trying to progress this tier 3 a bit. So, you know, there's that. Let's let this finish. I'll be back in a moment. Oh, it has finished. Okay, let's superheat it. Here we go. Super duper heated vintium. Yeah, we got it. So we place you on there, and then we and there is a mundane amulet. Now I don't know. Oh, we can do stuff with that. We can make an ender guard amulet with 2 ender pearls. Charge with pedestal charging or holding your hand and right click to charge. Okay, does something. We could make, oh, it's tier, wow, that's tier 2, that's tier 4, that's a warding amulet. The amulet of the battle mage, ooh, sounds fun. Or the wither guard, that sounds interesting as well. But more importantly, we have now rune forged something. I'm not too worried about the fact that I'm not really actively pursued anything. Make a charcoal print of a scribed rune at a runic anvil. Okay, let me pop you in there. Charcoal. I mean, if that's changing, yeah. Charcoal print. How do you make a charcoal print? Oh no, let's have a look. Rune scribing charcoal patterns. Occasionally you need rune scribing patterns to instruct constructs. You can make these patterns in a runic anvil by placing a completed rune on an anvil and placing paper on top of that. Then activate the anvil with either coal or charcoal. Piece of paper. And I've got coal in my inventory. I mean, would probably be. Is intriguing. Okay, I am going to pass on that one for a while because I'm not entirely sure what I'm doing. But you know, what are we now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm over halfway to having this thing done. However, I think at this point, the first thing we're going to do is have a snooze the night away, and then I want to head up onto the top for starters, because it's clear that those let me put my boat, there's my boat. It's clear that we need a lot of this research from wandering around, and there is a wizard's hut on the top of this structure. Who was up there? Oh yeah, there you are. Which would be an ideal starting point. And then, you see, I think I'm going to go and find myself another chicken to get 2 chickens in that chicken hooferator. And maybe even move it, actually. That might not be a bad idea. We've got the chicken hooferator. Yeah, it's up. There, look. And I actually quite like it, so I'm not going to completely destroy that one. I like that as a little structure up there, so we might just leave it in place. But I'll take this down. We need to be thinking to some degree about resource, and much of the resource we have or don't have, which is probably more the case, is going to be either handled by some constructive use of some farm techniques, I suppose, for want of a better word, or just some old-fashioned resource gathering. So we've not raided this one yet. Let's have a look what we got. Oh, hello. What on earth is that? Patches. Magnificent bag. That sounds interesting. I'll have to have a look at that. We've got something. We've got a claw. We've got some other. We've got some spells. We've got a few bits and pieces. Let me start putting some of this stuff away that we don't need to investigate right away. Need to find. Oh! I think that must be some. Looking at that, that looks like some kind of biome locating tool. So maybe that is something we should be thinking. There's a pattern claw. Okay. Take these because they're always useful. What have we got in here? 3 more unknown spells, some more stuff. Water, I think we've got a lot of those, so we'll not worry too much about these, but we'll put those away. That away, we'll stick you away. That away. That away. You got it. That away, and that away, and that away, and those away. We'll keep those out so we can check them out. Whoops. That was the wrong way around. That's actually got some loot in it still as well, that second bag. I'll definitely take you, because to waste not, want not. I suppose I should take you as well. And what we got in here? Another spell. And that Vitim is actually probably the most valuable thing for us there. Let me just pop you. And then we can go in and just keep on putting these bits away. And doop, 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 and doop. So we've got a whole load of spells to play with there. I'm going to leave the lanterns in here as well, but I am going to, let me find that, come in here and distance all the way around this one. I'm going to remove So we're here. Now there's another... There's something there, actually. And then there's another explorer over there, which I think is just a stone circle. We've got a whole load of things. Now what I would be interested in knowing, just while I'm thinking about this, is whether I can pick up villagers with my crystallize spell, or whether I need a higher powered crystallize spell. And while we're at it, let's have a look at what some of these mysterious spells do, shall we? Let's have a look at this one. Eldrin Flight. What does Eldrin Flight do? 52 seconds. I don't know what it does. I don't know how you use it though, because it doesn't seem to be creative flight in any way. Unless it's shaped attributes. No, doesn't seem to do a great deal of out. Let's try. I just need... Right, you can go over there for now. What about you? Summon Anvil. Oh, okay. That's the spell that we would use. Again, I can't imagine why I would much use for a portable pack and collapse. No, doesn't. Does not seem to make a great deal of sense to me. I think there's a village over this way, isn't there? So we'll carry on this way while I'm testing. Let's have a look at another wand. Another Eldrin Flight that does, or seems to do, nothing. Ooh, Transplace and Shield. Right, hang on. Come here, sheep. You're not really doing much. What do you do if I Eldrin Flight your sheeplet? Come here. Not a lot. Okay, fine. I say, some of these spells, you're not always sure what they do. Ooh. Interesting. I don't know, again, transitory tile, but I need a filled crystal phylactery. Okay, don't know what that is. That's also, well, a lot of things. Oh, that's okay. Self-heal. That's probably one to keep on my personage then. The rest all go in here. Because I really don't know. Are you full already? Okay, fine. Right, so I've got my diamond. I'll keep that on me because a self-heal, basically, that's a potion, isn't it? And let's continue over to this village, and we're going to try a crystallize spell on a villager to start off with. If I can't use it on a villager, which I strongly suspect will be the case, I will try, oh well, grab myself a chicken somewhere basically to add to my chicken stock. Ultimately those chickens will want to go into, as I say, a self-killing chamber if I can find or get one of the breeding spells like I had in the Ahh Magika version of this, the prequel if you like, then that will be worth a try, because the old, hello, the old technique of entity cramming to breed things and get their drops worked really well with the cows, and I think I would like to try and do something similar if I can do it like this in here. The big issue with this version of the game is Well, it's not the same version of Ahh Magika, is it? So I don't know whether that even exists as a shape or spell function, or what are they? A spell effect. So let's go over here and see if I cannot crystallize a villager or not. Do. You get out of here. I can. Oh, hello. Well, that changes everything. Let me just sleep the night away. And that seems overpowered. I wonder whether I can crystallize a zombie. Because if I can crystallize a zombie and I can crystallize some villagers, I can make a very, very, very easy iron farm. And then iron ceases to be a mining concern. That has to be tested, doesn't it? However, I am going to release Monsieur the Villager. I'm going to get Monsieur the Chicken. No, you are not a chicken. I don't care how much you claim innocence in this, you are most definitely not a chicken. Did I? I think I got most of rune scribing table. I'm going to have them. I can't do that one, but I will have these rune forgers because I could potentially utilize. I'll take these as well, actually, because they're nice decorative blocks. Anything else in here? I think there was a couple of. I don't know what you're using for a workstation, but. Oh, you were using that for a workstation, weren't you? Alright, anyway. I'll grab a chicken on the way back. I will see you back at the base, because I think what I'm going to have to... I don't know, I'm just so... There's so many things I want to do, but let's go. Let's go and see if we can utilise this to our advantage somewhere. And it doesn't even have to be within my active base. It can just, as long as it's chunk loaded in the area, it doesn't matter. So I'm going to head back. I'll grab a chicken. I'll be back in a moment. All right, one of the things I recently came into possession of, which of course means the episode that never aired because it was terrible. In terms of content, at the very least, it really had nothing. So was I found 2 more of the charm hoofers, and I have converted one of those into a night vision charm, which is really simple. You just combine it with a carrot and you get a charm which gives you night vision. Now I could be wearing said charm, and I'm going to wonder, is this a copper vein? There's an awful lot of copper here. An awful lot of copper. I mean, I don't need an awful lot of copper desperately, but I prefer to have an awful lot of iron. I'm not seeing any copper copper blocks, so the copper ore blocks, that is, not the smelter copper blocks. So I suspect it's not a copper vein. I think it's just a lot of copper. But I'm trying to remember. I think, do they appear in andesite and not in diorite and not andesite, as I recall? Or do I recall that incorrectly? Anyway, I am hiding down here at sunset because what I want to do is get myself some zombies to spawn up on the surface on a nice safe spot that I can exploit. Let's not beat around the bush. That's what I want to do. And then I can go and try this spell. Now I've got my night vision charm, which is going to be pretty useful when it comes to this, but let me go and grab some more of this copper while we're waiting. Oh, hello. There is a lot of it about this, some iron down there as well, so I'm just taking opportunity. Underwater mining, apart from the drowned, is the best thing ever. I love it. I've got complete freedom of movement. The only thing against me right now, apart from me being an idiot and getting myself crushed a little bit, is mining anything tougher than that is a little bit awkward. However, let's continue. Oh, it is this is definitely a copper ore vein, isn't it? Okay. Well, useful to remember. Again, I'm not desperate for copper right now, but it's useful to remember that it is such a thing, and in this area down here, I would say. I mean, I picked up a whole load of copper anyway. That is not getting me any closer. Got those two chuckleheads, which is not what I want. I really should have made a combat spell before I came out to do this, shouldn't I? And I mean, I could try it on a drowned, to be honest. He's not going to... It has the same effect on... Let's give it a try, actually. It does work. Oh, God. Go away. Leave me alone. I don't like... I'm beginning to question why I put that mod into the game. It's horrible. I'm not going to question why I'm coming over here, though, and just grabbing that. Okay, and out again. Yeah, you really did not think that through, did you? Right, so I actually just want a zombie, don't I? You dead. Thank you. And he's a skeleton with a sword, which is... Well, I suppose that's one way. Oh, hello. One way of dealing. Why did you drop an arrow when you actually do not have a bow? We'll never know. Right, there's a whole load of unpleasantness over here, so let's be ready to bail and get in the water. He's the one I want. Got him. And let's bail. I think that was a drowned over there, but I didn't see... No, it's a mace, not a thing. That's fine. Right, my boat's over here, so I'll go and grab that and we'll take Mr. Zombie Boy back, and I'm going to go and look up... because I'm not a redstone or vanilla player particularly, so knowing all of the wonderful little trickery and pokeries that are available for making a villager spawner, I know they're possible, but oh hello, that was not what I wanted to do, was it? No, it was not. Oh, I think that's one of the Witch Hunter faction. There's some more drowns. Quite a lot more drowns, actually. An awful lot of drowns, in fact. Quite enjoying this. Anyway, yeah, I do need to work out where I'm going to build said iron farm. It wants to be close, but not so close that... I mean, do I do it inside or outside? I don't know. I'm in two minds about that. However, what I'm not in two minds about is I need to get in the safety of my home, away from all of this unpleasantness. And there we go. Right. So what I do need to do, apart from getting rid of you and popping that away for now, is put away my stuff and yeah, maybe even process up some of this. These rune forges I am going to set up down here, and I'm going to have a look. Not rune forge, is it? Yeah, it is a rune forge. Okay. Did I not get a load of them then? That's really weird. That I would have expected a lot more, but doesn't matter. We got you, we got you, we got some of those. More tables just for the decoration. Some of that. Some of that. I wanted to have a look at this. So what is radial selection? Z. Whole clefs. Oh, that's interesting. So does that basically mean I can... It's got a depth, two depth. It's basically a... It's the root. It's... Hang on. It's a practitioner's pouch, isn't it? Now this has not got anything in it, but if I come in here, it's basically that. Okay, I still need to work out what... I'm told it's really, really useful, and I'm just struggling to sometimes figure out why. So, yeah, but doesn't matter. I'm still learning. Right, let me sort my catch, which has got a whole load of build materials that I've got between episodes. So we will clear out, but we'll leave all of that lot in here because I need that for, you know, stuff. And I also want to... Oh, I can actually stick them in there. That's interesting. Okay. Right, so we can just get rid of all of this. Right, let me sort myself out, and I shall be back in a second. Alright, I'm going to build a design biological geek boy for the farm. It's not mine. I will try to remember to put a link to the video in the description. I will almost certainly fail because I'm crap. But it is mine. It isn't mine. You can look it up. We're going to use this spot here because it's nice and flat. Doesn't require a lot of modification. I've got most of, I think, what I need here, but we're going to be teleporting the villagers over, so I'll borrow their beds while I'm grabbing them, you know, because why wouldn't you? So yeah, let me throw the structures together, and I shall be right back in a second. Okay, we've got it built. It's in place. I haven't activated it yet because I want to make sure that there is absolutely no chance of golems spawning anywhere except on the spawning platforms. And currently there is a warped waystone there, which we don't wish to be there. I also want to get myself a bit of an AFK platform somewhere, also non-spawnable. Oops, hello, and bang, right. And I think what we'll do for that actually is we'll perhaps line it up here on that. I will again, it doesn't have to be anything really fancy, but I would like to be able to see what is going on. Maybe like that. And of course we need a too high gap and that, and then we're going to need some means of getting into this thing, and well, definitely going to need that. Definitely going to need that. That will probably be where the pillar for getting up into it is, and we'll do that. That's wasted a piece of glass, but it's not like I haven't got a little bit of spare. I think that's right. Yeah. Don't want something ugly in the place, do I? There. Did not think of that though. And then maybe we'll whack our... No, I can never remember whether I can... I can't, so I do need to have that. Fingers crossed nothing else will climb up here, but I'll stick a door on the front anyway, just for good measure. And life will be good and happy. And it's not pretty, it's not big, it's not clever, it's just is a thing. We can even whack ourselves a light source in there. Probably don't need the door, but you know, and I can jump down. But for now, that will do. Right, the other thing I want to do is light up the floor around the area, just so it's not a complete spawn fest. So let's start with this one. By the way, he took a lot of damage putting him. His name's Larry. He's I invested the pop one there. We'll pop two there, perhaps. Stick one there. Stick one here. Perhaps there. About there. Again, this is not necessary. It just means that when I want to do any work in the area, I'm not fighting off a horde of whatever's been spawning the night before. If I become things, what's the word I'm looking for? If I AFK overnight, there's not going to be a whole load of creepers and stuff directly here. I mean, they're going to be elsewhere, but that kind of sorts that one. Right, we need to place a bucket of water in there to get Mr. Zombie Bob in, and I also... did I use all my life? Good grief. I also need to, because I can't reach the thing here, so still can't. What height do I need? 4. That will do, yeah. And we'll get the same on the other side, and I'll whack a few ladders. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, I don't think these guys have actually slept yet, so they're not going to panic or spawn mobs. So I need to wait here until nightfall, and I'll let them sleep briefly. And then we should be okay. I'm fairly certain that iron golems can't spawn on ladders. I don't think anything can spawn on ladders, so 3 there. 3 there. It's ugly, it's messy, and we will probably come up with a better solution later, but right now it's fine, we can get in there. So we need to let these guys sleep, and well, I'll be back when nightfall arrives. In the meantime, I think I will just clean up my inventory somewhat. So yeah, I'll be back in a second. Alright, it's night time, so these guys should be trying to go to sleep. I'm hoping that I've done this all correctly. They did. They've got up and go. We have Golem. And we have Bernie Golem. And we have Dead Golem, eventually. And we have sleepy villagers. This guy, I think he's fixated on me, actually. Are you trying to get to me there? Well, we'll see whether he can get there. Right, where are my golems? Huh? I mean, that... Oh, there's one. We got a little panic out of them there. And it's working. It's probably not the fastest thing in the world, but it is working. And I probably should not have done that, so I can do that. Because now those guys have slept, they should... Hello, no, I don't want to do that yet. They should start spawning golems regularly. And they should be far enough apart, so I don't know why I'm only getting one at a side. But you know what? It'll work. If I had the capacity, I would be checking. Now, there's probably not a huge amount, but I can AFK here overnight now. I mean, that's 4 iron there, which is 4 more that I really should stop doing that. Oh, here's another one. And that one seems to be doing better, and I don't know why that will be the case. I think I'm going to go and sort this drown out, and then we'll AFK here, and well, we'll probably start the next episode seeing how an overnight, because it's midnight now. I'll be joining. I'll be up at about 8, so about 8 hours worth of thing. That should get me some stuff. I just don't know why I'm only getting it on 1. The only thing I think of is I've put them too close, so they're not spawning with that kind of in mind. But you know, that's not a problem. I can sit here and... Or they didn't. I mean, that definitely spawned, though. That definitely spawned zombies, so I don't know exactly what's going on there, but not the fastest thing in the world, is it? I definitely counted them out right. They're equally distant from the thing, so... Oh well. We'll see what we get. But until next time, thank you very much for watching. It's just not an ugly... This is an ugly screenshot, but it's more to do with the resource side of things. The other resource I need to do is Vintium. And that's the thing. But I ain't going to AFK here overnight. And until next time, thanks for watching, guys. I will see you soon. Bye for now.